it seems like CCP has also weaponized the research institutions and the many international NGOs to control the narratives, and especially about the COVID-19. You're very well known for being very vocal about the true origin of the COVID-19. Now the U.S. Congress, the 118th Congress, they have established a subcommittee to hold CCP accountable for the pandemic damage that has caused to America. But sadly, we have lost over 1 million American people's life. You know, I would imagine what a better world this country could be if they heed to the real scientist opinion a few years ago. So what is your opinion about why the CCP has succeeded in weaponizing the big pharma, the research institution, and international organizations such as WHO and even United Nations?
Well, the answer to why have they done it has to do with the forever war strategy that they're pursuing. This unlimited warfare where everything, propaganda, everything you touch, everything you think, everything you feel is a weapon. We call this fifth generation warfare, and it's very much grounded in the logic of Sun Tzu, this ancient philosophy of unlimited warfare in which ideally you subvert the enemy without their even being aware of it happening. And that is a fundamental to the strategy that's being pursued very effectively. And as you point out, unfortunately, most Americans are still asleep. They're unaware of what's going on. It's no surprise that an organization as structured and powerful and focused on world dominance as the CCP is, would act in this very incremental, long-range plan to gradually subvert institutions all over the world. It's really quite tactically brilliant. It shows a perseverance and commitment to their agenda that the likes of which the world has hardly ever seen before. This just inexorable, gradual, day after day after day, methodical subversion of individuals, subversion of institutions, and the vehicle is multifaceted, multi-pronged. They use every possible technique. They use money, they use honey traps, they use all kinds of strategies to subvert and get information on people that compromises them and forces them to act in accordance with the interests of the CCP. And the problem is that they've been so successful. Our politicians have been so willing to take the money. Our educational institutions have been so willing to take the money that the CCP has had an easy entry. It's so simple. Americans are just so focused on money and status and power, and they just need to have this little bit of taste for them to become compromised. And I don't understand why people would be so willing to compromise their principles in support of what is clearly a opposition, an enemy force that has a very different fundamental philosophy, doesn't share the Judeo-Christian ethics, and believes that really it's a utilitarian approach. Anything goes. Anything that's effective is acceptable. There are no ethical boundaries to what can or should be done to advance the cause of Chinese Communist Party. And that seems to be where we're at right now. And I believe that we should have to, if one of the things I'm looking for in a presidential candidate for the next round is a policy platform that people who are acting on behalf of the CCP need to register as foreign agents, and that furthermore, people that are acting on behalf of the World Economic Forum have to register as foreign agents. As you know, the WEF is very much linked to the CCP, and for many years has been holding their summer meetings in China on a rotating basis between two different cities. Many people only think of the World Economic Forum as meeting in Switzerland in Davos and having their little winter playground. But in the summer, for many, many years, they have met in mainland China in two key cities within communist China, and they have very much been integrated with the CCP agenda. And the likes of BlackRock and Vanguard and State Street, those major transnational funds, are all busy coordinating with the CCP. They have all been compromised. And what they're doing is they're taking Americans' pension funds and using them to capitalize the CCP's expansionist agenda. It makes no sense at all why we're allowing this to happen.